Hey, what's up, world? Hey, once again, thank y'all for tuning in. And as always, like, share, comment, subscribe. And when you subscribe, click that notification bell so that every time I drop a video, you will be the first to know about it. Today I'm bringing a story out of Kaufman County, Texas, city of Forney, to be exact. Now, this story has hit the world news in the past week or two, and it's about an incident between a sheriff deputy, sister, and her mother. And the story goes, I'm gonna read my notes and then I'm gonna give you my take on it. It's entitled Kaufman County Deputy Now on Leave After Arresting Forney Mom and Detaining Daughter in Distress. Story goes, Sheriff Deputy is on administrative leave pending internal affairs investigation after incident with the daughter and her mother. Now, we know how internal affairs investigations have gone in the past with a lot of these police officers, peace officers as they would like to be called. You know, an incident happens, internal affairs gets involved, the peace officer is absolved of any kind of wrongdoing. But we'll see how this goes. Also states that the sheriff's office were flooded with calls and demands from Dallas activists requesting the termination of this officer. I'm gonna get into that a little more later, about the whole calling and, you know, requesting termination and things like that. But anyway, it said multiple 911 calls says 18-year-old G.R.O.W.T.H was barefoot and walking in and out of traffic, possibly suicidal and crying. Mom said the daughter was just upset and walking home from a relative's house. Now, we know how the story normally usually plays out, how it's played out. I said a young kid, maybe she got upset with a family member. Or let's say a boyfriend or something. Found out boyfriend was cheating on her. You know, with a friend of hers, hell, maybe a family member of hers. Maybe she found out she was pregnant. I don't know. Maybe something tragic happened in her family. And she felt so distraught, you know, she's crying, she's alone, she's walking home, not really cognizant of where she's at or what she's actually doing. Car comes up, almost hits her. Okay, and so the lady's like, hey, you know, she told the young girl that almost hit you. She's like, well, go ahead and hit me, whatever. Now, the Anglo-American probably thought, oh my gosh, she's suicidal. Our people know that if she would say, yeah, go ahead and hit me, it's more like a, I wish you would. But anyway, that's probably how it played out. But when you got two different people in a situation, they'll see it and they'll understand it, you know, differently. So it said the officer tried to check on a young lady and told her that he was there to help. She said she was okay and she just wanted to go home. Now, see, that's what I'm saying. She was probably distraught, real distraught, you know, said some things that, you know, that the white lady or whoever called didn't really understand where she was coming from or what she was really trying to say. The police was called and she told the police, hey, I'm just trying to go home. Probably, you know, still crying and distraught. Officer said that if she kept pulling away, he had to put her handcuffs. Well, a few seconds later, they say, you know, the police cam was on. They see, you know, the police cam falls off. Somebody's cell phone pick up the story. They see, you know, the police pretty much straddling the young lady, trying to keep her down or what have you. And let's say the mother comes out. So the mother tries to console the daughter, and she was charged with interfering with public duties and assault on a police officer. Now, if you watch the video, you'll see that the mother was trying to console her daughter, trying to grab her daughter's hand, trying to kill her, calm down or what have you. And who knows, one thing led to another and the mother gets arrested. Now, it said one former police officer, I think out of Arlington, said he didn't see anything wrong with the way the officer handled the situation. And I can kind of agree with what he's saying, because he said that when you're called on a potential suicide call, you gotta handle it to the point to where the person who is deemed suicidal not only will not harm anyone else, but will not harm themselves. Now, again, but we don't know exactly what happened throughout the whole ordeal. You know what I'm saying? We got the police cam, and then we got a cell phone footage. But between that time, we don't know exactly how the 911 calls, everything that was said, between all parties involved. But like I said, I can kind of see what he's saying. Like, if someone is suicidal, you want to kind of bring them off the ledge, hold them down, subdue them, and you also trying to defend yourself. Now, could it handle it differently? We could say yes, but again, we don't know. We wasn't there. But my points to the story is this. One, first question I have: where's the dad? It's always going to be, where is the father? Is he in the life? Is he not in the life? A lot of times, because I feel like if the dad was there, the situation would probably have been handled a little differently from all sides. Because the dad was there, the daughter probably would have acted a little different. I'm sure she would have acted a little differently. And if the dad was there, I'm sure the sheriff's deputy would have handled the situation a little differently too. And the mom too. We had to, everybody, the situation would have been handled a whole lot differently with everybody there. But, and on that note, the young lady, she's only 18, I understand. But undoubtedly, she hasn't been keeping up with this whole Black Lives Matter thing that's been going on for the last few years, because with all the stories that are in the news and on the internet and on social media, not to give them people a reason to assault or to kill you justifiably, as they would say. She has to know that. And again, I feel if a father was around, he would have most likely been able to calm her down. Now, did she have mental problems? I don't know. That wasn't told in the story. That wasn't brought out in the story. So I don't know. But like I said, with everything that's going around worldwide in the news, worldwide, we have got to teach our children to try your best not to do anything, like I said, to give them folks a reason. Now, kids, I can sit there and I ain't trying to victim blame or nothing like that, but because I've been a kid, I've been young, I've talked back to the police, act like, trying to buck up to the police, daring the police to do anything. When you're in your teens, you do dumb things like that because you think you're invincible and no one's going to touch me because I'm a child. And that's what another problem is. The whole that goes into discipline. Got a lot of these laws now that's been in the books, the world, saying that, you try to discipline your kids, try to whoop your kids, they can call CPS. Schools, these kids act up in school. Can't touch them, can't paddle them, can barely send them to after school, detention or anything like that without parents coming up there and acting a fool or showing out because you're trying to discipline their child. And when the child sees that they're pretty much untouchable, man, them son guns gonna do anything they want to do. So that age group is the age group that this young sister's a part of. And so I'm wondering, maybe she was thinking like that. I'm not sure, but I'm willing to lean more towards that side. And then point 3 I want to make, and it goes back to all the calls made to the sheriff's office to have this deputy sheriff fired. Point 3 is, aren't we tired of protesting and begging them folks for change? What is the call going to do? If this deputy sheriff gets fired, what kind of change do we really expect? Because we've seen a few of them get fired. We've seen a couple of them go to trial. Seen a couple of them get jail sentences. But even with that, things still hadn't changed in the way that we are treated. Said before in the video, you can't, when a system is corrupt, if you feel a system is corrupt, you can't change the people. You have to wipe out and start over from scratch the entire system, period. If you don't do that, there will be no change. And like I said, it's been going on for however many, hundreds of years. After the end of slavery and the paddy wagons and the KKK popped up. That's just how it's been and how it's going to remain to be until you overhaul the entire system. But I don't think, how can I say this? I believe that there's going to have to be a spiritual awakening with our people. Because physically, I feel we're doing not everything we can. I think we're doing a lot, and we can do a whole lot more. Because you always got to do the work. But spiritually, there has a coming together. I know a lot of Aboriginal people go to church, read the Bible, supposedly read the Bible, trust in the Most High and the Savior and the Messiah. But if that is the case, then what the scriptures teach you is we're not supposed to beg man for change. We're supposed to pray to the Most High for change. And we do the work while we're doing the work to implement change. We look at ourselves in the mirror and make sure we're doing everything that we can do for change. And then we pray to the Most High for change. And that's how it's going to come about. But for some reason, we still believe that them people are going to have a change of heart somehow and going to love us and going to accept us and be our friends 100%. A lot of them are cool with you. A lot of them are friends, great associates and acquaintances. But a lot of them also ain't trying to do that. Ain't trying to be friendly like that. Ain't trying to hear your problems, not trying to solve your problems. What's that saying goes, your problems are not my emergencies. I believe that's the way they think about us. So like I say, it's going to have to be a change, a spiritual change within us. It's going to have to be a lot of separation, a lot of seeing how we do things and changing how we do things. Because it's not going to go through the powers that be. It's not going to happen. Like I say, it's going to be something a lot more spiritual, a lot deeper than that. Because on the physical, it's not getting us where we need to be. We can be comfortable, just like the Israelites in Egypt when they was in bondage for 400 years. They was living okay. They was in bondage. A lot of them didn't even know they was in bondage. And then when it was time to go, a lot of them didn't want to go. They didn't realize what was going on, but that's because they were comfortable living how they were living. They was afraid to go out and do something. But my thing is, I think it'd be a good thing. It would be a great thing if we were forced to do things for ourselves. Not given the option to do things for ourselves. But if a lot of us was forced, because given the option, a lot of us are doing things for ourselves and our family and our friends, our people. But most of us are not. But if we were forced to do for ourselves, I think the majority of the people will be on board and will understand and will come around on how to do this work and how to get this mission, this goal accomplished. But until then, we're going to stay in the same predicaments, go through the same issues with police, same issues with politicians, tickling our feet or making us feel good or whatever the case may be, and not really offering us anything of substance. But anyway, tell me what you think. Like I say, like, share, subscribe, Like I said, hit the notification bell. Like I said, hit the description box if you want to help, you know, put the channel out, help support the channel. And until next time, peace.